and rain. Can we apply the Bazi for house, or precisely how can we define the element of the house? So my question is, define how can you define the element of the house? Yeah. Like we can figure out the dominant energy of our chart and then what we need as a Yongshan. My question is, so how to determine the house's element? That's, I don't know. Yeah. I just look at the house as in a general sense, like the good house is always good for everyone. Usually, the really bad house, like the damp house or wet, the light is not really coming through. Then inside of the house looks really dark. Those kind of houses usually not good for everyone. So like feng shui is a little bit different from the reading Bazi. Like there are the theory that the certain years person has to like slip towards like certain direction, like that kind of theory that doesn't really match with Bazi, I think. It is kind of symbolic interpretation, I think. For me, like the city-wise as well, like good city is always good. Like, yeah. But we can say like you have like this four element. So it is wood dominant, right? We just say this is full of wood chart. So if you have a lot of wood, usually the opposite side of the energy, the metal, should be the Yongshin. Or if you use fire, fire could be Yongshin as well. So if I think this chart needs more fire, maybe I will say go to or move to the fire area, the southern area. Or if I decide, oh, this chart needs more metal energy, so I just tend to say go to the west, metal as a west. But that's kind of not very clear. I cannot really determine, or I cannot really check that person is doing well in those direction or not. So that's kind of unknown. That is same. If the year is rabbit, month is tiger, it is no different from energy-wise. The energy-wise, it is no different from this. Anyway, those two looks really similar. Those two are wood dominate chart. So I'll say it's almost similar. Maybe precise meaning of the tiger and rabbit should be different, but in a big picture, that is really similar person, I will say. So the principle like that, like we talk about this daily master's dominant energy. For the wood daily master, water and wood, this side make the chart strong, right? If we think the chart is strong because of water or wood, or water and wood at the same time, if the chart is strong, we want to choose the Yongshan in one of three. The chart might be able to want fire as a Yongshan, or earth as a Yongshan, or metal as a Yongshan. And then my interpretation is these three, anything in these three can come, and then it is at least better than water and wood if the wood chart is strong with water dominant or wood dominant. The same thing, the fire, and then the other one. Like if the chart is weak, either fire, either earth, either metal dominant picture, and then if the chart is weak in the wood daily master, these two energy could be the Yongshan. Water is fine for weak wood daily master chart, or wood can be also really helpful for the weak chart, any kind of weak wood chart. And same thing here, if fire is strong, that chart needs the other side's energy. And then if the fire chart is weak, that chart needs the wood and fire energy, the daily master's side. So the strength is really important to decide any kinds of decision, because we can choose what is good or what is bad. And then that is why we want to learn this, if this year is good for me or not good for me, like that. So if we guess the fire daily master is dominant with wood and fire energy, let me make just simple chart. If we say, let me just make it clear. So if one's chart looks like that, it is impossible chart. Just an example. This looks really wood-fire dominant chart for fire daily master. There are a bunch of wood and fire, more fire, and then we said wood and fires are fire daily master's side, my side, and then that makes the chart strong. And when this kind of chart meets the year of 2022, this wood, I said this year is really wood energy. And then this wood energy is adding up the strength. There are a bunch of my side energy and then more my side adding up. We can now determine, oh, this year might be not balanced for this chart. But if this kind of chart meets water energy, metal and water, or we can say water first as an earthly branch, and then next the metal together, wood fire dominant chart meets the metal energy or water energy. We can just immediately think, oh, this year might be really positive for this chart. That's the method. We have to start thinking about good year or bad year, good fortune or bad fortune, like that. Thank you, Will. We can apply this method to every daily master. Kind of, we really want to know this year is good for me or not, right? So we can at least put this method to figure out this year is really helpful or not. And then if it's really helpful, you can just use that energy to just go through, not really explosively, but if this year is really not really helpful for this chart, we have to be really careful about our decision so we can make a balance like that.